Good late afternoon, everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day out there wherever you may be. Hope that the day is treating you sweet. Hope that the sun is shining brightly and the stars are looking down at you fondly, maybe even with a hint of jealousy. Let's go ahead and listen to some Tom Paxton. I've never heard of Tom Paxton, but we're going to listen to this track, The Last Thing on My Mind. This is off of his debut album, Ramblin' Boy, released in 1964. So truthfully, here's how I came across this track, because I even looked in the comments, and as far as I can see, no one's recommended Mr. Paxton, or at least with this particular track. So here's how I came to this. I felt like listening to folk music. I literally went online and typed in, top folk songs or something like this. This was one of them. I'd never heard of it, never heard of him. I said, okay, I want to hear something and someone new. So here we are with Mr. Paxton. Hope you guys are here for it. Let's settle on down, sit down, some would say, and give it a listen. Here we go.
It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind.
There it is, he said it.
You've got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing.
That's a good line.
Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Each song in my breast dies a-born, without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. That was the last thing on my mind.
That makes me want to go drink in a bar. that makes me have that heartbroken feeling. But I'm gonna go out. But when I go out, I'm just gonna end up at a bar alone, just babysitting my drink, just watching the condensation grow on it, talking to the bartender about my problems, and he don't want to hear it. He busy trying to make that tip. That's where this song puts me. But it's beautiful. I love his voice. He sings with this beautiful reserved calmness, and he does carry the emotion of the song quite well, I feel. He's gone through a breakup. He's going through his mind. I'm sure many people have gone through a breakup and had these questions. What went wrong? When did it go wrong? He mentions the weeds steadily growing. I love that line. Like, he's acknowledging that, okay, I can look back and see where the problem started to bloom, and yet the inadequacy to prevent the eventual downfall of the relationship. I really enjoyed the way he carries himself in the music there. The guitar sounded absolutely wonderful. I don't know if it's him himself that's playing guitar on here. It seems, hold on, I'm sure I can find it. Oh, you got a lot of instrument. You can't have this many instruments on this particular track. It was like guitar and voice and a little bass in there. Maybe this is all the personnel for the single, which also had the track Love is Worth Living on here. But it looks like here you're going to perhaps either have George McCormick or Wayne Moss on the guitar. I can't say for certain, but those are the two credited with guitar on this album. It sounded absolutely wonderful. Or actually, you know what? It might be Tom Paxton himself. Looking at it, with Barry Kornfeld on the second acoustic guitar. And then Felix Papalardi on guitar Ron, which is kind of a guitar. Seems to be a larger, deep-bodied Mexican six-string acoustic guitar. So maybe that's what the bass sound is, because it seems like that's kind of filling that role. Either way, regardless of who's playing what, they played beautifully, they performed beautifully, they sung beautifully, and everything was just fantastic. Looking at the lyrics here, it's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, in the wink of an eye, my soul is turning, in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there not be a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. So, seems he's also acknowledging and taking an honest look at himself and perhaps realizing that it was due to him, perhaps, that the relationship went awry. You've got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, for the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. As I lie in my bed in the morning without you, each song in my breast dies a-borning. Without you, without you. And he didn't mean to do anything hurtful. That was the last thing on his mind. However, the last sight that he's seeing was her walking away. I guess you could say watching her. Anyways, I was trying to bring it all together. That didn't quite work that well. It says that this song is based on the traditional lament song, The Leaving of Liverpool. Of course, it was released on this album. It remains one of his most known compositions, rather. And he says that eventually this was covered by Dolly Parton. So, that's a great coincidence there. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.